After a tremendous Sunday's racing on the Standside track where we saw the renewal of the Jubilee, we are back at Turffontein, but this time on the tricky inside track. So that is in itself a poser for all those who love their exotics, especially the bipod, which starts in a race number one. It'll need all the shrewd input, and we're going to be bidding our tipster a very good morning as we look ahead to a 12:30 start to the first of our 8 at Turffontein. Inside track racing at Turffontein on a Thursday, nothing better than that. And of course, the grey matter will certainly be put to the test. Daryl, a very, very good morning to you as we look ahead to Thursday afternoon racing. And we were just talking to a certain Mr. Marie. I didn't see the particular insert, but we are trying to get him on the show because I believe you guys are talking about the best quartet catcher in the country, and that is former champion jockey James Marie.
Cecil, I don't think anything beats seeing the horses in flesh.
Yes,
up
indeed.
close and personal on race day. And seeing their well-being and the cancer past. I think that tells more than the actual form itself.
Yes, absolutely.
So, unfortunately, we don't get that benefit.
Yeah.
We're recording sometimes 2 days prior, so it is very difficult. I do want to state I like this card. I think we're going to make a few pound. Let's hope we can get off to a flying start, because number 6, Gloria Mundi, is slung in over here. The weights were published before she actually contested her last start. So I think she ran well above her current rating. She's got 52 to shoulder. Now, I don't know too much about JRP Bessel.
Is that a ride? I think his debut was when we had the full meeting recently at the Vol. That was his first real sort of exposure.
Okay, have you seen him? He must be quite a small chap.
A small chap, and I'm just trying to record who was mentoring him, as well as your uncle, of course, Uncle James.
Okay, well, if she reproduces her later starts with 52 to shoulder, I think she's the value in the race, and I think she's worth a nibble at 6-1. The current favourite is her stable companion, well, joint favourite. That's number 3, Messalina. Now, you can see they did contest the same race last time out, but she's as much as 4 kgs better off, and I think that's enough to reverse the form. In saying that, Cecil, I think the jockey or the work rider on number 3, Messalina, is more experienced. You know that his last 3 starts, he's hit the crossbar on all 3 occasions, second, and second. So let's see if Mr. Siyabonga Mkumbuzi can get it right. I've gone 3 and 6 in the opening leg of the bipod.
3 and 6, and of course, if you do take in the pre-race interviews, that is Turf Talk, often when asked about Gloria Mundi, Corner Speech will often suggest that that is a horse that is much, much better than it has been showing, and perhaps Thursday could just be the icing on the cake. He's very much in the corner of Gloria Mundi is a Corner Speech. Right, first scratching of the day as far as our pre-recorded show is concerned comes about in race number 2, the first leg of the PA, as we look ahead to racing on the inside track at Turffontein. And it comes in the form of the 6 Adelphi Dancer. That leaves us a field of 7 for this racing today. Merit rated 66 is over the minimum trip of 8,000 meters. And a love of mine, and who's certainly going to win again without my money because I'm just about losing patience, is the 3 Pendragon, unless the man on my right can convince me. A runner that hopefully can follow up on its last win is the 4 Fennec Fox at 33-10. 4-1, the 1 of the Navy Locket is a 9-2 and a better bar though. So please take note, we've lost a number 6 Delphi Dancer, whom would have been the big outside in the race, so we shouldn't see any changes at the top of the betting. Right, first leg of the PA, Mr. Marie, you were quite affirmative with the selection in race number 1. Race number 2, anything that tickles your fancy?
I like 2 particular horses over here. I've opted to bank my top pick in the place accumulator, Cecil.
Yes, sir.
And that is number 3, Pendragon. Now, in my mind, last time out, things never went his way. He's better ridden with cover. Now, Gavin gets a great tune out of him. Have a look at their record. He's teamed up together 6 times for 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. Have a look at his course and distance form. 9 runs for 2 wins and 4 seconds. Yeah, they're going to go very quick because you do have the likes of Fennec Fox, who's got one style of running, especially over this course and distance. You've got Life Goes On, with the 4 kgs off his back. So I think Gavin can just slot in, and like I say, ridden with more patience, we'll see him reverse, or we'll see him return to his best. So number 3, a confident banker in the place accumulator. But the way the race is going to be run, I think number 8 could be flashing up late, and that's Dark Tide, Cecil. Have a look at his rating. He's right down to 53, and his last win was off a 60. So Craig will obviously be giving him a chance, because they'll be going very quick. If he can get there in time, that remains to be seen. But I think he is a potential inclusion for the exacta. So 3 from 8.
All right, 3 from 8, and that is a 7-runner field. Again, a reminder that we have lost the outsider in the race anyway. That is 6 Delphi Dancer, whom by coincidence is the stable companion of Darryl's second choice, and that is Dark Tide. X-Handle, that will be scrolling at the bottom of our screen, as well as, of course, our WhatsApp number. Do get in touch as we go through our preview for the week's racing. And in this instance, we're looking at racing at turffontein. On the inside track, we have a second scratching come through at this early stage. That is a 7 gamer, and that leaves us a field of 10. Now, this is another maiden handicap, and it's over the 1,500 meters. The one, a Breath of Magic, that is 18 to 10. 5 to 2 is the 2 moment. The 8, Lighten the Storm, is it 4 to 1, 8 to 1, and a better bar those. Right, maiden handicap, is this a pro or anti Breath of Magic chance to get out of the maidens?
It's an anti, because he's a struggling maiden, and this time around he has to give weight all way. But in saying that, it isn't a strong field whatsoever, and he does have a chance, but it's a difficult task giving weight away in a handicap like this. He's had his chances. He should be thereabouts. He's far too short in the betting, though, Cecil.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend Dutch in 2 runners over here, and that's back in 2 in 1 race.
Yes.
I think the top 2 are far too short in the market. That's Breath of Magic and Moment. Now, I'm not a fan of the Ultimissimo form. I think I could be proven wrong. Nice debut, but I've got my reservations. The 2 I'm suggesting to back are number 5, Pacific, at 8 to 1. He did pick up a little bit of a penalty in his penultimate start. That's where the raise in rating came from. But he was desperately unlucky on that occasion, Cecil. He found terrible interference in the latter stages. And then last time out, I do believe the 1,000's too short for him. So he was staying on. Now he's got Muzi from a neat draw. He's very, very fit. He has tried further in the past, but that was with the blinkers. I think at 8 to 1, you're going to get a run for your money. At 4 to 1, Light in the Storm, the 2-year-old carrying 55, has to be a serious play over here. Beaten by 2 nice sorts in his last 2 starts. I think with 55 in this sort of lineup, Cecil, receiving weight from some older battling sorts, he is going to run the blinder. So I'm in the camp of numbers 5 and 8. I got respect for 1 and 2, though.
All right, let's have a look at those selections. That is the box quartet. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8, and that looks to be closer to a winning selection for that quartet race 3. Also, please be reminded the start of the pick 6, and we're off at 13:40. And I don't think you could do any worse than just go with the 5 horses there as the anchors in that pick 6, and you could throw in the scratching the 7 gamer if the favorite should come up trumps under the urgings of former champion jockey Gavin Arena. Right, so it is bipod underway, PA underway, pick 6 underway. It's now time to focus in on the 2 jackpots, and the first of those starts with race 4. There's a fillies and mares, 64 is over the mile, and in race number 4 you can be please reminded that the 5 are green bubbles. If you've already seen the scratchings and forgotten, the 5 green bubbles is a scratching, leaving us a field of 11. Now, as far as the favoritism is shared, the 3 Linger No More and the 7 Kitty Boys Girl, that is from Messrs. Speece and Constables, respectively. They are the favorite. The 1, Give Me the Flame, 9 to 2. 9 to 2 out of 5 to 1 goes the 8, Bushveld. And then you've got the 2, Vision of Peace at 15 to 2, again out from 7 to 1 at this early stage. 8 and better. So this is a fillies and mare 64. As they say, a lowly fillies handicap, and a lot of people would normally just go the big F if they're playing the exotics, but you're a brave man, Mr. Marie. You've actually traveled from Durban to Pietermaritzburg and Pietermaritzburg to Durban in that famous race. So you've got all the gumption that is needed.
Thanks, sis. I'm a stayer of no. Darren Burrows has suggested a each way bet in number 3 of Linger No More. Maybe, just maybe, the 2000 caught out last time out. She moved up. Looked like she was going to contest the finish, but she just flattered to deceive in the latter stages. So let's see how she goes. She's certainly very fit. She's well drawn. Penultimate start, she held off 2 nice fillies in DeMarco's Jet and I think Be Real, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, I'll give her a chance of If you do like her chances, however, you have to take number 7, Kitty Boy's Girl's chances very seriously of You can see she contested the same race as Linger No More behind Sparkling Jubilee, and she's 2.5 kilograms better off. In saying that, Linger No More does have the racing fitness on her side. I'm disappointed that Green Bubbles came out because I thought she would be competitive. The 2-year-old interests me over here, Cecil, Vision of Peace. Now, she was expected to run a forward race on debut. She did just that. I thought this filly is going to improve with racing as she strengthens up because she's got some substance about her. She is unexposed over this distance, but she does have to improve on her comeback effort last time out when returning from a layoff. It was a little bit of a dismal effort, but I think she's way better than that. And then you have to give chances to the likes of Gimme the Flame, who else? Bushveld, and a few others. But maybe Darren's on the right one over here. Number 3, Linger No More.
Linger No More. And of course, let's just remind people out there that the Magnus stable has certainly turned the corner, and perhaps we'll see a better version of the 2, Vision of Peace. That is the each way selection from Mr. Darren Burrows. Race 4, number 3. We're counting the days, and soon we'll be counting the hours till the start of the big one at the beginning of July, and already really anxious to see who will win the big one on the day that is the renewal of the July, and that is the first weekend of July itself. But of course, you can tell us your thoughts going via our contact details. You love us on X or go through our WhatsApp number. Race 5, well, nowhere in the class of the ratings of horses in the July. It's a merit rated 73. It's over the 1800 meters, and you heard Mr. Marie say he loves this card. Let's see exactly how much he loves this card and loves us, and see what it gives us for a selection. But the 4, Thumbi, a winner last time out, is 5 to 1. 6 to 1 is the 7th, 5th of July. 7 to 1, the 14, Guy Alexander. 8 to 1, the 9, Diesel Shadow. It is 17 to 2 and better bar those. Now, unfortunately, we are in an electronic age, Mr. Marie, but this is kind of race with that sort of open-looking betting where you could have said once upon a time, sorry, I had a selection, but the dog ate my selection and got out of it. But no, you guys have got selections. Let's start with you.
Cecil, when I saw the final fields, I thought I was onto something here with Mr. Vernonese securing the services of Gavin Lorena on Diesel Shadow, returning from arrest. The ratings dropped. I see the blinkers do come off, so there's an equipment change.
And the only win with Gavin aboard.
And then, yes, Gavin, I think he's 1 from 1 on him, if I'm not mistaken. And then I looked in the front of the computer form, and Erico put me right off. He said, we'll need the run. So that has swayed me to Flag Bearer as my top pick. I like what I saw in his penultimate start. And then last time out, I think it was too far for him. Muzi's going to get this horse in a great rhythm, up on the pace. The going's very hard. If he can steal a little bit of a march at the top of the straight or get him rolling, I think he's going to be very effective, and I do believe he'll finish in the money at least. But I'm not discounting Diesel Shadow over here. Now, Darren Burrows has suggested a win bet on Thumby, number 4. Very, very impressive last time out. Is returning from a layoff. SK retains the services, but he does have a wide draw to contend with. I'm not too worried about the rest. The wide draw is a factor. All depends on how far he's off the pace turning for home, because like I said, the going's fast. The run in is short. It's on the inside track. So there are a few negatives, but the way he turned it on last time out suggests that he could quicken up and make it back-to-back victories. So I like the look of Flag Bearer for a place. I respect numbers 4 and 9.
All right, 4 and 9 are respected. That is a Thumby and a Diesel's Jet. First choice would be a place selection, number 10, Flag Bearer. And the 4 Thumby is what we're looking at shortly. That is the slide, a win bet from Darren Burrows, a place bet on the 10, Flag Bearer, race number 5. Right, so we're talking about that first weekend of July. There is also something to keep us who can't make it, or those who can't make it to the actual province, happy and keep you in that atmosphere. The second best place to be is Turffontein Racecourse, and they've got a function, July Day in Josie is what it's called. You can start booking your table on 01168 11796. It's a major 73, the race named after that fourth function at Turffontein Racecourse over the 2600 meters. And the 5 Kaiki Boss, this time it's not a chance ride, but he retains the ride, and that is Mr. Caden Brewer for the Lucky Utalaka stable at 3-1, along with the co-favorite the 7 Nuclear Force 3-1, 5-1 the 4 Royal Mazarin. That winning term surely is due. The 3 Battle of Barberton, well, the 4 was Frank somewhat last time out, with the Rosario Finale finally coming out to win. 6-1, it's 15-2, and better bar those. Well, again, it is a very competitive race. Number 6, no scratchings, and Mr. Brewer last time out, due to the intended rider being stood down, was retained by Lucky, and he repaid the confidence.
He did indeed, and I'm glad to see that they've given him another chance on her, Cecil. I may be off the mark. I'm playing against the grain of I'm playing to beat the top 2 in the market. That is Cocky Voice and Nuclear Force. I like the look of Striker's Mount of Now, he is a lightly raced 3-year-old. You know, Lancaster Bomber was a 10 furlong horse. The dam, Barberton Daisy, one over 2,500. A few of his siblings have stayed all day.
Barberton Daisy, Gavin Smith, huh?
Yes.
No.
So I think he's going to love the step up in trip. My only reservation is there's a horse like JP 2000 who could make it tricky and messy up front. I just hope they don't cut throats. I hope Striker can get to the front easily and with no challenges. He can hold up Battle of Barberton as long as possible, like he did last time out, and find another gear. I think he's more than capable, and he's unexposed. So my clear first choice is Battle of Barberton. But Cecil, then again, he has to confirm that he stays the trip in a race itself. Doesn't mean that he's bred for further, he's going to get it. So 3 is my first pick. Darren Burrows suggested place bets on number 2, Caddy Zora. I like her. She's my second choice. Last time out, when returning from a layoff, she got cramped at a vital stage over a distance short of her best, and the others just quickened better than her thereafter. So now she's fitter. She steps up to over the course and distance that she slaughtered her opposition over when winning a maiden. I'll give her a nice winning chance. And then you touched on Royal Mazarin. I thought he was disappointing last time out, but I'm giving him another chance.
Right, so it is the Cadizora, the play selection for Mr. Burrows. And let me tell you, as we say goodbye to race number 6, I interviewed Striker before he rode a Rosario Finale, and he was so dismissive. He says, I don't know what computer form you're looking at, but I beat it with the horse called Battle of Barberton, and I wasn't impressed. And so I don't know whether it was due to Battle of Barberton or Rosario Finale. So you can imagine when he came back to the winner's enclosure, I didn't say a word, and he just smiled and shrugged his shoulders. I said, okay. That is Cadizora, race number 6. Well, the signage is very clear on my top here, but of course, I've got to remind you and be very, very grateful to the sponsorship brought to Waited to Win by Betway, no less. And they are sponsoring our preview of today's race meeting, or at least the Thursday meeting at Turffontein. We've got race number 7, a Racehorse Owners Association merit rated 66. It's over the 14.50, and here we've got the favourite in the form of last time out winner, and the form line seems to have held up. I think Linger No More was one of those who came out of that form line. I'll be corrected shortly, but is the co-favourite at 28 to 10 with the 8 as Southern Style 28 to 10. Number 5 Cerulean Dancer 15 to 4, 10 to 1 is the 3. After Hours is threatening to win a race again. That is at 10 to 1, 12 to 1, and better about those. So the form line is not too bad. Sparkling Jubilee, and of course, this is a special horse in the De Kock stable.
It is owned by Miss De Kock,
Yes.
and the form line was ranked once again with Secret Recipe,
Yes,
who ran third,
yes.
winning her next start. Yes, so I think she's got a chance. She does take on Open Company over here, and she does carry top weight. So there are a few
Use the word negative, you don't mind. You're allowed.
It's not going to make it easy for her, but yes, she must have a chance.
Yeah.
I think I found some value over here, Cecil. I could be way off the mark, but number 7, Mescal,
Yes.
at 25 to 1. I don't believe he should be anywhere near that price. Last time out, it was a fair run up the straight, but have a look at his rating. That's what's catching my eye. Right down to a 64. 1450, I don't know if it's on a stretch for him. I don't quite know if it's a stretch, but 3 runs back of a 1200 on the inside track with the blinkers. He finished right alongside them. He ran 5th on that occasion, 2 lengths behind. That was off a 69. He's dropped 5 pounds since then. So Dennis, I think he'll love to boot this one home for Fani Broncos. So 25 to 1, a nice strike on number 7, Mescal. Don't discount the chances of number 6, Circus Lights. Another 25 to 1 shot. Disappointing last time out, but the cheek pieces have been removed. Close up prior to that. Well drawn. He needs to jump on terms and he could be a factor. And number 8, Southern Style. Without those blinkers and Gavin Lorena, he gets a great tune out of her. She's very consistent and competitive lately. So let's see how she goes. But for me, I think Mescal at 25 to 1, each way value.
All right, there it is confirmed on screen. Each way value for Mr. Marie. We have got the word placed there, but each way would not even be too much of a schlep. Now, talk just about the distance as we go off. Has been over the distance 2 times for a 3rd and a 4th, so the 1400 shouldn't be a problem. This is 1450. Shouldn't be a problem.
Let's hold them 6.
Get Out Stakes will be a lowly fillies and mares 64 handicap. It's over the sprint trip of 1200 meters. And again, just to give you the nature and show you the nature of the complexity of the card itself. Best bet of the day for our tipster in computer form, who happens to be Brendan Gaylord, comes about in race number 8. Yes, the stable has turned the corner. Getting closer, but best bet proposition. Let's hope the good form continues. That is Lady Elliot, and that is a 2 to 1 co-favorite with the 5 Red Carpet Girl. The 7 twice as wild as at 11 to 2, 7 to 1. The 6 the time is ticking. It is 14 to 1 and better by those. Again, let me just give you the my viewpoint. Brendan, good tipster. I never dispute anybody's selections, but Lady Elliot at times is flattered to deceive.
She has. I think the connections have expected much more from her, Cecil,
Yeah.
but she's found good form lately. She's found consistency.
Yes,
Stables found form.
yes.
Ray Danielson found form.
Stingray.
Yeah, is riding winners.
Yeah,
So, yeah, she cracks a draw this time around.
yeah.
Yeah, let's see how she goes. These are fillies and mares handicap, and she
Yes.
does have top weight to shoulder.
Yes.
But she's capable. I know she holds Boom Boom convincingly, but don't be surprised if Boom Boom can get a little bit closer this time around. Cecil, this is my sneaker for the quartet, back end of trifectas and quartets. Darren Burrows is suggesting a place bet on number 4 here, Dakota Cat. I know you fancied her last time out. I think maybe you spotted something, but some improvements in her penultimate starts. Then last time out, well beaten. But look at that rating drop down to 64. So maybe he's of the opinion that she has to be competitive of that rating. Red Carpet Girl, you know, she's consistent. Gavin will suit her. She's a hold-up type of filly. And then Twice as Wild. Scooted off to the front last time out and just came up for air very late. That was over 1400. Or, yeah, 1450. Or was it 1400? Cecil. Inside track, she's very effective. Will she overcome that draw without having to use too much energy? If she does, she can certainly keep rolling. So I find this difficult. Yeah, Darren likes Dakota Cat for a place.
All right, I'll ask you one last question. Our parting shot now. I know you've often spoken up I'm the Buzz as far as the ability. That is, I think, Cotson's horse, isn't it? Who's campaigning in Durban right now. I'm the Buzz, is that not right? Yeah.
No, that
Time
is
ticking?
Tinny Princely, if I'm not
Tinny
mistaken.
Princely, is it? But you've often mentioned I'm the Buzz. In this sort of a field, where would you rate it?
Time is ticking. Yeah, I think I saw an equipment change with her. The tongue tie goes on. Yeah.
Yes.
Tongue tie goes on.
As well as the head mask, head hood.
Let's just have a look if there's a comment in the front of the book of here, because she is returning from a layoff. Will need the run.
All right, thank you so much. So Dakota Cat, that is a suggestion from Darren Burrows. You've had a long time to look at that selection. Thank you very much to Mr. Marie once again, and of course thanks to Darren, and of course thanks to our sponsors, that is Betway, and of course the production team who do all the hard work behind the scenes.